Matthew Schaefer continues his great year. He can just create offense instantaneously.
Here goes Schaefer, showing off his skating, drives the net, and he scores!
He's just one of those impact players.
They come in and they score! Matthew Schaefer with the goal. Great work, Matthew Schaefer flying in on the rush.
Schaefer scores!
You almost knew it from when he picked it up at the blue line.
He's only getting better. That's kind of the scary thing.
Matthew Schaefer joining us now. Matthew, congratulations. We just heard in that highlight clip there, continues his great year. What's this year been like for you with the ups and the downs and then everything leading up to the draft? Can you put the last 365 days kind of in words?
Yeah, no, it's been a crazy year. It's obviously a fun year. You're in your draft year. You got to enjoy it, have fun. You're playing, the game you love. Yeah, a lot of adversity you face, but you can't control it. And the only thing you can control is how hard you work on the ice. And I think I did that.
We get to know your personality a little bit. Fun-loving guy, loud in the dressing room, out on the ice. But when you get between the lines there, when you get out on the ice, does a flip switch for you? Are you super highly competitive, or are you still that same fun-loving guy while you're playing the game?
I think there's a balance. I think when I flip that switch and I'm very competitive, I hate losing. I love winning. So when I'm on the ice, I think, and playing with my team, we got to win.
Matthew, obviously being ranked the top prospect heading into Los Angeles here, it's a huge feather in your cap, especially because you've had to go through some ups and downs with injury this year. All things being equal, you're going to be healthy next year. You're going to be ready to go. When you get to the National Hockey League, which could be sooner than later, tell me what kind of player you're going to be, because when I break you down in Erie, I'm looking at some minutes that eclipse 30 minutes a night, which is an impossibility in the league. What are you going to be for the team that selects you? What's your role? Define yourself as a player.
Yeah, obviously, I'd love to play whatever, the coach needs me to do. But I think my style of game is a two-way defenseman that can play, in all three zones, whether it's on the PK, killing penalties, blocking shots, on the power play, getting minutes, getting touches in, getting points. I think I just want to be an all-around player that can play in any zone and any, opportunity.
Matthew, your projected first overall pick, have you thought about what that might mean to you, hearing your name called in LA, the first overall selection, and does that matter to you? Yeah, no, it definitely does. I think it's, you look forward to this as a young kid. You want to get drafted to the NHL, and then you get a little older and it really becomes serious, and you're playing the game because you love it. And yeah, I think it does come into mind. I've always been very competitive. I want to be the best player. And I think the work's only just starting right now. So, seeing that stuff, I think it, makes me want to even work harder than I am.
There's a former Erie Otter playing in the National Hockey League, and I know you had the chance to meet Connor McDavid on January 10th when they retired his number there. What kind of advice did he give you, not only injury-wise, but life-wise, draft-wise?
Yeah, he's a great player and a great person, too. That was my first time meeting him, and I actually had to talk a couple times there to him, and it was my first time meeting him, and I had to go up on stage and say some words, but it was pretty easy because he's a great person and a great player. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think I was firing a lot of questions at him from the start, just with, what's it like playing in the National Hockey League? What do you do when, you broke your collarbone? What did you do to, help it? And, how did you keep your, mental mindset still good? And he told me a lot of things, but a lot of people are always, they wanted signatures and photos. So I couldn't take all of his time up. So yeah, he told me a lot of great things.
So let me just piggyback off that statement you just made about Connor McDavid. How have you been able to persevere through the season? Because obviously you're super competitive. You come off a great Holinka Gretzky last summer, and then what happens at the World Juniors happens. How does that affect your mindset, and just how challenging has that been to stay motivated every day to reach your ultimate goal here in Los Angeles?
Yeah, no hockey player likes to watch the game and sit out and, not be able to work out or go on the ice. But I've been through a lot worse things in life, losing a loved one. I lost my mom and my billet mom and then my owner all in the same year. So Losing my mom was one of the toughest things I had to go through, and it made me so much stronger. And I love to talk about her and help people out. And I think, there's so much worse things that can go through in life than injuries, and you really can't control what adversity you go through. And the only thing you can control is how hard you work, your mindset, and how are you as a person to people. And I think every day I just want to go out with a good mindset. I want to be respectful to people, and I just want to be the best person I can.
You mentioned, Matthew, losing your mom, and you're not alone. I lost my mom as well, and there's nothing quite like a hockey mom out there. So when your name gets called in LA, what's going to be going through your mind as far as your mom and that journey that you guys took together for you to get to that point that day?
Yeah, if there was one thing, I'd love to, have dinner with my mom, or for my mom to be there so I could give her a big hug. But I know there's going to be an extra seat right beside me on draft day, and she's going to be right there, maybe not in person, but in spirit. But yeah, I think our family's going to have a couple tears in our eyes. I guarantee you all cry, because it's a good stepping stone, and the work's not done, and it's only starting, like I said. But I wish my mom could be there, because she's been a big part of my life, my family especially. And I wish I could do stuff and thank them for all the things they've done, but they've done so much.
Well said. Well said. You've made her so proud. I can tell you that, and only better things to come for you and your hockey career down the road. Thank you so much for joining us. So we wish you nothing but the best. We look forward to seeing you out in LA in the next couple of weeks here.
Thank you, guys.